All right, last one on the page. We have got a lot going on. So what am I going to deal with first? Whatever I feel like it. I'll deal with the vertex first. Not a straight shooter. That's with the X. Straight shooter. Up or down. This is positive. It's going up, which means there's no reflection, okay? All right, let's talk about the transformations. Let's talk about the 4 first. 4 is horizontal, and it's an adding or subtracting translation, not a straight shooter. 4 to the left. Let's talk about the 1. Not horizontal, vertical. Do you notice every time I'm dealing with the pink one, it's horizontal. Every time I'm dealing with the blue one, it's vertical. Okay? X, horizontal, Y, vertical. So vertical translation, it's being added or subtracted. Down 1. Straight shooter. Now, last thing I got to deal with is the 2. Is it vertical or horizontal? Well, it's not with the X, so it's with the Y. Boom, that's vertical. We know it's being multiplied and it's greater than 1. Stretch by a factor of 2. What does that mean? If you vertically stretch me and I'm 5 feet tall, I'm now 10 feet tall because you're vertically stretching me. All right, let's graph it. -4, -1, -3, -2. Okay. And what am I going to pick, do you think? Do you think I'm going to pick the -3 or the -5 to plug in? Does it matter? No. But there is one I'm going to pick. -3, because it'll be positive. -3 plus 4 is 1. Squared is 1. Times 2 is 2. Minus 1 is 1. What if you don't believe me and you think I'm doing it wrong? Plug in -5 and see if you get the same thing. -2 plus 4 is 2. Squared is 4. Times 2 is 8. Minus 1 is 7. Okay, so now I graph it. -2, 7. -3, 1. -4, -1. -5, 1. And -6, 7. Look at that. It matches. It's going up. And if you look, it's going up faster. Well, it's kind of hard to see with this one. I didn't do a very good job. But it is going up twice as fast. All right. Let's go to the next one. All right. And by the way, this is all review, but of course, blah, blah, blah. I'm going more slowly. Okay, standard form. Standard form is this form. I want you to get the difference between standard form and vertex form. Now, if it's in vertex form, each one of these is in vertex form. So if you're going to put you're going to have to change it to vertex form, you're going to have to find the vertex. So in order to find the vertex, you're going to complete the square. Okay? This is probably something you kind of remember but kind of don't. So let me review. So you're going to go x squared plus 4x minus 5 and set it equal to 0. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get that 5 out of the way. Now, some of you that had Miss Menard last year, she might be doing it a little bit differently. If you like her way better, great. If Mr. Davies did it his way and you like it, great. I don't care. Just get the right answer. Okay? Now, if I'm going to complete a square, I'm going to make a perfect square. So I take the first thing, just like I did with my box. And whatever number this is, I'm going to split it perfectly in half. So if I split 4x perfectly in half, that would be 2x and 2x. Now I got to figure out what box goes here. But I'm going to do that by going, if this is x squared, that's x and x. And then that's got to be a 2. So then what does this have to be? A 4. So whatever my magic number is here, I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to put it here. Okay? Because what I do to one side, I got to do to the other. Now, if you look, let me get my pink highlighter, I have made a perfect square. That's why it's called completing the square. And I get x plus 2 squared equals 9. Now, it's looking a lot like vertex form, so let's look at what vertex form looks like. Do you see? This is probably a really good example. See how you have this and this? It's like y equals all of that. So I'm going to move this over, and it becomes this. Because the opposite of positive 9 is negative 9. Now I have this in vertex form. Vertex form is a lot easier because guess what you can find right away? The vertex. Now, by the way, you could see that this was going up right away because what's in front? And I know the vertex. -2, -9. Let me remind you. Okay, now I have to decide if the vertex is a max or a min. If things open up, that means the vertex is way down there. If it's way down there, that's what a minimum is. Okay? Now I have to find the x-intercepts. Here's where it gets. So this covered the vertex. Now if I want to get the x-intercepts, I'm going to take this step right here and I'm going to bring it down here. I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to solve. Do you remember how to solve? Oops. Square root, square root. This is what we did last chapter and what you did last year. And then subtract 3. This is a lot of work, I know. I mean, oops, just kidding. Subtract 2. So it's x equals. So you have two options as answers. Negative 2 plus 3 and negative 2 minus 3. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. Negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. So I have found my x-intercepts. Let me zoom this out a little bit. 1, 0. Negative 5, 0. I know this is a lot. We're going to do 3 examples. It's going to be an extra video. You'll be fine. Okay, so we got the x-intercept. We used the vertex to get it. Okay, I wish I had more colors, but I don't. So now what we're going to do is find the y-intercept. I'm kind of out of space, so we're going to fake it a little bit. Okay, I know the y-intercept is 0, something. So I have two options. I can either take the 0 and plug it into my vertex form, or I can plug it into my standard. Well, I'm going to give you a little hint. I'm going to bubble this actually. In standard form, it's just the last number. How do I know that? Because if I plug in 0, that's gone. If I plug in 0, that's gone. You still don't believe me? 0 plus 2 is 2. Squared is 4. Minus 9 is negative 5. All right. Domain. If I make my u, okay, I'm going to rough graph it right here. I'm going to graph that vertex at negative 2, negative 9. Oops. I know it's a u, and I know it's going up. Okay, let's talk about domain. Domain is your x. It's everything left and everything right. Hey, it's going to the right. Hey, it's going to the left. All real numbers. Negative infinity, positive infinity. The range is everything up and everything down. The problem is it's only going up. It's not going down. So it's starting here and going up. What value is that? It's the y value. So what I'm saying is y is greater than or equal to negative 9, parenthesis, negative 9, positive, oops, bracket, parenthesis. Okay? I know that was a lot. You're going to be very thankful that you get to use your notes for a quiz, but I need you to get really good at completing this square. Okay? That's something you're going to be doing throughout the year. All right, let's do one more, and then that'll be the end of this video. Standard form. Cool. Done. Okay. I actually need to go back to this one right here, because I could have found, I'm going to put a little star here. I could have found the x-intercepts by factoring. So I'm going to do letter A right here. It's not pretty. Find two numbers that multiply to get negative 5 and add to 4. And that's 5 and negative 1. And then I get negative 5 and 1. Look at that. And some of you go, Miss Rifkin, why didn't you just show me that way? Well, what if you can't factor it? What are you going to do? And I wanted you to see how you could use what you already have to get what you need. Okay? So, sorry to distract you on that one. Let's go to standard form. Now the vertex. In order to get the vertex, you're going to need to solve by completing the square. So, what's the first thing I had you do? I had you move over that last number. So you're going to take the positive 16. It's going to turn to negative 16. Now I make my cute little box. That goes there. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it in half so it can be a perfect little box. Now if that's x squared, x, negative 5, negative 5. What's negative 5 times negative 5? 25. So plus 25, plus 25. And now this makes a perfect square. X minus 5. And then negative 16 plus 25 is 9, right? Yeah, 9. I don't know why it worked out to be 9 again. Interesting. What did we do now at this point? Oh, wait, we're finding it in vertex form. So in vertex form, if you look up here, you got to put the number on the other side. So it's y equals x minus 5 squared minus 9. Okay? So let me rewrite that here so that you can use it for your notes. And that's finding your vertex. Now we need to decide if it's opening up or down. This is positive. It's going up. Look, see here and here, it's positive. Okay? What is my vertex? The opposite. If it's going up, is my vertex a max or a min? Min. X-intercepts. Let's find it this way. So come down here. X minus 5 squared equals 9. So we're finding the x-intercepts. Okay. What do I do? Square root, square root. Always plus or minus. Add 5. X equals 5 plus 3, 5 minus 3. 8 and 2. So I have x equals 2 and x equals 8. So 2 comma 0, 8 comma 0. And you go, Miss Rifkin, I don't know if I believe you. Okay. Well, if I decided to magic x this, which is what some of you would probably do because it's easier for you, I get x minus 2, x minus 8. There's my 8, there's my 2. But the next one, it's not going to work, so you want to make sure you can do both ways. The y-intercept. Let's see, this was blue. What's blue here? Aha, negative 5. So in standard form, it's that last number. Let me put that 16 in blue so it matches up. Domain. Well, look at this. This one looks a lot like this one, doesn't it? The only difference is where the vertex is. So here, the vertex is 5, negative 9. Okay, I don't know why it ended up being the same. I just made them up. It's a random coincidence, okay? So what's the domain? Everything right, everything left, all real numbers. What are you going to memorize? You're going to go, hey, whenever it's a parabola, the domain is always all real numbers. Okay, great. The range is the y, everything up, everything down. Well, it's here and going up. So it's the y value. Y is greater than or equal to negative 9. And then now negative 9, positive infinity. I'll do the last problem on this next video.